January 28, 2025, we have the reading of Job, chapter 32, 33, and 34. And it's all about Eliyahu. All this time there were three of Job's friends plus a fourth. There were four there. It doesn't mention the fourth till now. He just pops out and there he is. And he comes speaking fire. But does it have any substance, or is it just arrogance? It seems to me a lot of empty talk about how good he is and how smart he is, and that he's going to bring rain on them, and that he can't believe that they didn't respond the way that he would have. He would have brought wisdom, and then so he starts to bring that wisdom, and it seems misguided. It seems like he's considering that God does offer punishment, where in good life for good living and so on and so forth, but I don't know, my observation doesn't necessarily take me down that path. I have not seen that. I see more of an example where the rain comes down on the just and the unjust just alike. All things come to all people as they come, and it has very little to do with their goodness. Now, that said, a good person that's following God can have that justification and can have that blessing and can have that the prosperity to a degree. There is rewards for some things in action, but really that's just our kind of what we get. We get what we get, and when we're truly invested into God, what we get and how we're treated by others really doesn't matter, because we stand on the promise that God is God and that we are His children, and that we should be not only accepting of when persecutions come our way, but when they are because we are following God, that the devil comes against us or other people come against us and accuse us, or like in Paul's case, beat him, or in all the apostles' case, they all died, well, except for John, they all were martyred, killed. They held fast to the fact that they saw Jesus rise again. They did not live the kind of life that is safe and perfect and free, but they found it joy when they were beaten for His sake. Those are the observations that I see in the New Testament and what I've heard of outside of that, and the responses of those apostles. Being a follower of Christ, good and true, does not necessarily mean easy and completely blessed in the physical, natural sense, but God is a God of kindness and goodness, and He does answer prayer when we request it. But also, when we can handle it, when we are completely focused in on God, we can just take and handle all things. And I love that verse in Philippians that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And he references the fact that He's been in the good and He's been in the bad, and he can go through all of it without problem. That's the Apostle Paul speaking that. So I really think, boy, this Eliyahu is just so far off in what he's going. Tomorrow we'll see a little bit more of where he goes, because he just continues to ramble on for more of this. So, but yeah, our actions don't necessarily bring down, as he's trying to allude here. It's not our sin that causes goodness or badness to come. Sometimes, though, our poor decisions will bring bad things our way, but it's the poor decisions. It's not, sometimes, and like in Job's case, it's just things happen. It was the enemy coming against him, but we see in this life, things happen. And do we accuse God in it? That'll be the question. We'll see where that comes.